Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Goddess of Gore. It's really good to see you today. My name is Vix and I like to talk about horror, thriller, fantasy and sci-fi books. Another week has ended and a new week has just begun, so it must be time for last week's reading wrap up. And I'm warning you right now, this will be very quick because I didn't read very much at all. As I said, there was a bit of a slump going on in the third week of April with my life and my reading being changed up a little bit, and I've gone back to the gym, I'm back on my bike to work and finishing the day a little later than I have been, and quite frankly my mind has been a little sleepy, shall we say. I hardly read a thing and I didn't even take my e-reader to work, which I do every day. I just couldn't be bothered last week. But what did I do then? Well, I've left the light from Uncommon Stars for this week at about the 25% mark, I think it was. It was starting to make me feel slumpy, reading too much outside of my usual genres, so I'm not going to finish it just yet. So instead, I'm concentrating on my yearly read-along commitments that I haven't got to. So the only book I've actually started and finished this week was American Gods by Neil Gaiman. And this is a reread, so I was in familiar territory. Right at the start of the book, we find out that the main character, Shadow Moon, has been released from prison a couple of days early because he's just received the news that his beloved wife, who was the only thing keeping him going all throughout his prison stay, has been killed in a car crash. On his plane journey, he finds himself sat next to a chatty man calling himself Mr. Wednesday, who is willing to give him a job as a jack of all trades for him, a bodyguard, chauffeur, errand boy. Shadow refuses though, telling him he has already got a job lined up, but he soon discovers that his best friend and new boss was also killed in the same crash. And what do you know, when he goes into a pub after the funeral to drown his sorrows, who should be there but Mr. Wednesday with the same job offer. This supposed chance meeting would be the start of an adventure across America, meeting characters with a backstory of their own. I love this book so much. I love guessing which gods they are when we go and meet them. This is the part of religion I really enjoy. I really like hearing myths and retellings from around the world. I love finding out about the many gods from the old countries and what each one was worshipped for, and how the moods and idiosyncrasies of each one, such as this is the vengeful one, this is the naughty one, this is the sexual one. We leave milk out for this one and they clean the fires. We leave coins for this one and you get a good crop of wheat. You know what I mean. This one loves to play chess and taunt their worshippers, those kinds of things. As a side note, this is why I love the personifications of death. Taking you on boats across rivers and paying them with a few coins that you've been buried with. Or trying to win an unwinnable chess game for the chance of going back to your old life, or someone to collect you as you step outside of your dead body. But this chance meeting of an ancient god by Shadow Moon and taking a road trip together to collect the old gods of the people who have travelled to and settled in America, to fight the new generation's so-called gods, money, TV, technology, is such a fascinating story. But it's also a sad one. Religions and traditions before modern organised religions is one of my own personal interests. So yes, I loved this book. And for all I go on about it being a long book, I wanted more from it. As we used to say to the DJ at the end of the night, just one more. Just one more. I wanted more gods and more stories. I also started The House Witch by Delambach for the Sweater Weather Book Club choice. And this seems to be a silly, light-hearted book on the surface, but underneath there is a slight sinister tone. For example, one of the maids is extremely fearful of the guards, who seem to enjoy being very handsy or even abusing her. And Finn himself, the main character, seems to have ran from an extremely abusive father who routinely abused him and his mother. Now Finn seems to be a protector of the lowly and gentler members of the court, and brings them into his kitchen and gives them a place of safety during the day or night. But that's all I've got to say about that one so far. And that's it. I told you it was going to be quick. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate you giving up your time and for your company today. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to stick around for a little longer and haven't done so already. I will leave you, as always, with a quote, except there's no wondering which book it's from this week, since I only finished one. "You mustn't be afraid of the dark." "I'm not," said Shadow. "I'm afraid of the people in the dark." Make some good book choices this week, my friends, and I hope to see you all again soon. Until next time, bye bye.